my name is Scott Seeley. In this episode of Dimecast.net, I'm going to look at Silverlight 4 and one of the new features that it introduces, webcam integration. The sample captures video from the camera and displays the video on the screen. The sample also handles grabbing single frames of video. You might use this type of arrangement to allow users to upload images, hold impromptu webcasts, and to do video conferencing. Here, we have a Silverlight user control. I have already added a pair of buttons, Start Capture and Grab Image. When the user clicks on Start Capture, the application will start showing video from the webcam. When the user clicks on Grab Image, we will capture the current frame from the webcam and display the still image. In order to capture the video, we need someplace on the screen to display that video. To do that, let's add a rectangle control to our page. So we'll add the rectangle control here, and then we'll give the control a name. So here we'll call this control rect video. Now with our rectangle in place, we need to handle the click event on the Start Capture button. The code that we're going to add here needs to capture video from the camera and draw that video onto the rectangle. But before we do that, let's add a private member variable to our class. We'll call this member variable capture source. The capture source type encapsulates the methods needed to interact with audio and video devices. When capturing video, we want to make sure that we haven't already started using the webcam. To make sure we haven't already started using the webcam, we're going to check to see if the capture source member has been set. So we'll say if capture source is not equal to null, and we also make sure that the capture hasn't started yet. So let's check to see that its state is equal to capture state.started. What we want to do in this case is we'll simply return. This means that we're already capturing information and we have nothing else to do. Before we can actually interact with the capture source and the user's webcam, we have to ask for permission. There's a type in Silverlight called capture device configuration. Capture device configuration acts as a gatekeeper to the webcam and to the microphone. Capture device configuration knows how to ask the user for permission to use the webcam or microphone. The type also remembers what the user said about using the webcam or microphone during the current application session. So first, we're going to see if the user even gave permission to us to access the audio and video devices attached to their computer. So we'll say if, we'll say again this capture device configuration type. Now, has the user allowed us device access yet? If not, we need to ask for access. When we request access, we ask for access to both the webcam and the microphone, even though in our case we only need access to the webcam. The reason why we will be doing this is because right now there's no capability to ask for just the webcam or just the microphone. So now, like I said, we already know in our code that we have not been allowed device access. So now we're going to ask for the capture device configuration type to request device access. And if the user says no, there's no point in going on, so we're going to return. At this stage in our code, we know that the user has given us permission to access the webcam. Here what we want to do is we want to initialize the capture source member variable. We're going to create a brand new capture source. And what we want to do is we want to set the video capture device on our source to be the default capture device based on the capture device configuration object. Video capture device equals capture device configuration dot get default. what this said is we're going to get the default video capture device for the computer. Most machines you'll find either have 0 webcams or 1 webcam. And here we're assuming that the user has at least one. Once we have the video capture device set, we need to create a brush to use when painting our rectangle. To do that, we'll create a video brush and tell the brush to use the webcam as its source. We will then paint the rectangle using the brush and start the capture. So first, we'll create a brush and we'll make it be a new video brush. Next, we'll tell the brush that when it's painting, it should get its information from our capture source. We then need to tell the capture source to start capturing video from the camera. So we'll tell it to start. And finally, we'll tell our video rectangle to fill itself using the video brush. At this point, let's run the application as we have it and see where we are at. So first what we're going to do is we'll click Start Capture, and upon clicking Start Capture, we see that the Silverlight permission dialog comes up. It's asking us if we want to allow camera and microphone access. We say yes, and what will happen in a few short seconds is you'll see me scratching my head and saying, "Hi, hello everybody." So that's me recording this thing right now in my basement. So far so good. The next thing we want to do is we want to add the ability to grab an image from the video. Let's go back to our user control, and what we're going to do is we'll take an image control and we'll drop that onto our form next. With the image control in place, we'll update it and call its name image capture. And now we need to handle actually grabbing the image. So we'll go ahead, double click on grab image and add the handler. Inside the handler, again, we want to make sure that everything's okay. So, do we have a capture source? If not, we don't want to continue trying to grab something from a capture source that doesn't exist. The other possibility is that the thing does exist, but it hasn't been started yet. So if the capture source state is not equal to capture state dot started, let's just return. So now at this point in our code, we know that the capture source exists and that the capture source is pulling video information from our webcam. Like everything else in Silverlight, when we do a capture from the source, this is going to happen asynchronously. Most of the asynchronous operations in Silverlight take a delegate or a function of some sort to handle the actual work. This is no different. So we'll talk to our capture source, and I'll say that we want to do an async capture image. And you see the delegate here is an action that takes a writable bitmap. That is, the callback function is going to have the signature of void, function name, and then the parameter passes in will be a writable bitmap. Because all we need to do is set our source, we'll do this with a very simple lambda expression. So we'll say, you pass in an image to me, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and take image capture and set its source to be the image you just passed into me. And that should compile. And away we go. So now, again, I'll say start capture. And it's going to say, do I want to allow camera microphone access? I say, sure. It's now capturing from me, and I'll tell it to grab the image. See right there, if I say, I got my hand up here again, and I say grab the image again, you see with my hand up. With this image, then I can either upload it somewhere else, do whatever I want. Silverlight 4 is providing a lot of functionality to developers. As a .NET developer, I'm very excited about everything that is coming with .NET and Silverlight 4. I encourage you to look into this and look at how you can use Silverlight 4 in the applications that you are developing.